right, let's get started. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Midweek on a Tuesday. A little bit weird. The timing of this game launch. Black Myth Wukong. Good to see you guys here. High Kick, Voodoo, Norma, Emmy, Green Onion. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, but welcome. If this is your first time, welcome back if you've been here before. Unleash. Good to see you as well. Twinge. How's it going, brother? Who else is here? Roberto. Davor. Good to see you, man. Robert. Monkey. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So, I wanted to do this stream. I know I scheduled it kind of last minute, only a few hours ahead of time, but I know people are kind of really curious about this game. It's breaking all kinds of records in terms of, I think concurrent player count on Steam it broke the record for. Outpaced Elden Ring. Probably largely because there's a big Chinese audience for it, and obviously China's a hugely populous country, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Glad you guys are interested in checking it out. So we're going to play both the PC and PS5 version. I've got about 10 hours on the PC version and maybe an hour and a half on PS5. I just finished a boss, so hopefully we can kind of not spoil any major bosses for you. And let's just get into it. Feel free to ask me questions in the chat. The whole purpose of this is to help you guys decide if you like the game. So throw all the questions at me. I'll try to check the chat as much as I can. And hopefully we can have a good conversation and check out the game together. So we'll start on PC. Let me get us in game here. Get you guys game audio. Cut this music. My PC specs. I don't think I updated the stream bot. The PC specs will be right, but it's probably going to say we're playing Elden Ring in the stream bot. My PC specs are very high end. So this is on a 4090 and a 7800 X3D. And I'll show for the PC crowd, I'll just show you what graphics settings I'm running. I'm not going to put an FPS count on screen, but this is hovering between 60 and 70 FPS. Sometimes drops into the 50s when things get really heavy. So they have this slider for super resolution, which is basically your DLSS performance versus balanced versus quality mode. So I have it basically on, you can see it changes there between ultra performance and performance. So I have it just on the lowest performance we can get to. No frame gen. And then I have all the ray tracing on because I really think ray tracing makes this stand out if you have the hardware for it. The water and everything's beautiful. I'll show you guys that. The water is super impressive. It's like the best running water I've ever seen in a game. And then I just have a mix of high and very high settings. These all start on cinematic, which are like super overkill. So I would definitely turn those down. And then I have motion blur turned off, wherever that is. But let's play. And you guys feel free to ask questions. So I'm a little ways in, like I said, about 10 hours. I just finished fighting a boss in this area. So you won't see that. We won't spoil that. But we'll be able to get past it. And hopefully it's not leading me right to another boss. Usually there's a... The pattern has been there's a good break between bosses like you would expect. You can see the quality of the water here. It's better. The reflections are super impressive. But you also get the caustics, which are those like light waves from ripples on water. So you get really amazing caustics on the bottom when we can get into a sunny area, which actually I might even go back to the starting area real quick just to show you that, because there's a good spot there. It's actually where the benchmark tool runs. That's very close to the beginning of the game. So we can run back there really quick and I'll show you a good example of water, although there's a lot of water. So these are incense shrines, so these are basically your bonfires or campfires. This element of the game is very Souls-like. The devs are like adamant that it's not a Souls-like game, and it's not a Souls-like game really, but it does have Souls elements. Davor, do I like it so far? I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it's been really fun. X-Raptor, Jaw, how's the performance? On this PC, it's been fine. So here's a tip for anyone playing on PC or thinking about playing on PC. There's a new NVIDIA driver today. I installed it, and then I rolled back to the August 6th one because I installed the new one, and I was getting more hitches and stutters and frame drops. So I actually felt that the old August 6th driver is better right now. So I would avoid updating to the newest NVIDIA driver at the moment. There's lots of resources to gather. So this is actually where the benchmark tool runs. Little frog enemy there. So you can see like how good the ripples in the water look. I was staring at this for a while when I started last night. Norma, does the PS5 version have ray tracing? No. No, it doesn't. So you'll see the quality difference is pretty significant when we go to PS5. We'll do that in a little bit. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about how it comes across on stream, because obviously everything's compressed and then sent to the stream for what you're seeing. So the difference probably isn't going to be as noticeable to you, but I think it will be noticeable. So, but I was playing it on performance mode, and it ran pretty smoothly for like the hour and a half that I played. I've heard people say that getting past the first region, it starts to get a little bit weird. Here's another example of water. That it's a little bit more finicky past the first region, which I have not gotten past yet, which we might do that here on stream. Just reading through the chat here. Larvo sure looks pretty, but you can't handle another Souls-like games no matter what they say. It certainly feels and looks like a Souls-like game. Yeah, it does play in a lot of ways like a Souls-like. JB loves games. I would say if you have a high-end PC, it definitely looks better on a high-end PC. If you have more of a mid-range PC, it's going to look similar to PS5, I think. And somebody asked, is this 4K? So I'm on a 4K monitor. So I'm on a 4K monitor. I have the frame rate capped at 60 because it only gets a little bit into like the 70s sometimes with the settings I have on. VSync on. Motion blur is off. And then I went through the graphics settings earlier. You can rewind the stream if you missed that. So it's 4K, but it's obviously an upscaled 4K, DLSS, performance mode essentially. But then the stream on YouTube is in 1440p, and the stream on Twitch is in 1080p. No, Norma, it's not an open world. It's much more like God of War. So it's like it's wide corridors. So I feel less constrained like I would in God of War 2018 or Ragnarok, I would say. You can see these are pretty big areas you can run around in, but you are constrained. It's definitely not an open world. So I'm just going to go back to the shrine and we'll fast travel again. Whoops. Just drank from the gourd by accident. And we lost game audio. Can you guys hear game audio? That's not the game. That's my Elgato Wavelink. Hang on, I'll fix it. This thing drives me. There we go. We should have it back now. I really gotta fix that. Actually, I really just need to ditch the Wave XLR is what I need to do. The character does speak Norma. There's just not a lot of cutscenes for that to happen in. And then I have noticed like the mouth animations for speech during the cutscenes that there are don't look great. And Twinge had a really good point about that on Discord. I'm guessing a big part of that is that it was animated for Chinese speech, but in this version, it's all English voice acting and stuff, and the voice acting's good, but it doesn't line up with the mouth movements very well. So that's a little bit janky. High Kick, how's the performance compared to the benchmark tool? I would say it's like marginally better than what I was seeing in the benchmark tool, I feel like, but very similar. I think the benchmark tool gives you a pretty accurate idea of what you're going to get. Does it offer native Chinese, Twinge? I think it did. So when you first start up the game, it asks you for a language, and I think the default is Chinese. And then there are subtitles, but there's not like a mode like Ghost of Tsushima where you would get Chinese subtitles but English text, which I think you can do in there. So this is the other thing, like there's a lot of branching corridors. Obviously it wants us to go up here, and then the main path goes this way, but you always want to keep an eye out for these other little side paths you can go down to find things. This is actually a pretty short one, but there's lots of them. So one of the things I was worried about, which I actually mentioned in the video that I did about the game before launch, was that it would feel kind of empty between boss fights, and I'm really happy that that's not true. There's tons of enemies, and it feels pretty like alive and dense between boss arenas. So that's pretty nice to see. Let's rest here. So self-advance is basically your skills, but when you're at a shrine, you can also do a few other things. I don't want to spoil too many of the mechanics because it's kind of interesting to see those things unfold as you progress. But Cultivate Spirits is sort of like it enables special attacks. Your spells you can only set when you're at the shrine, but you can change your skills and abilities anywhere. And reigniting your sparks is this is all the skills. So reigniting your sparks just basically takes you to the skills menu. I'm not sure why it's called reigniting them, because you can come in here and reset them all by holding triangle. You can see that little prompt there. So you can reset all of them at once, but you can also go into the skill tree when you're not at a shrine and remove them individually. You don't have to reset all of them, which is nice. Although you can't seems like you can't do that when you're at the shrine, which is a little bit strange. So there's a lot of skills. So you have foundation skills, which are basically, you can just see the titles there: stamina, martial arts, and survival. So those are kind of like your basic, like this one reduces stamina cost for sprinting and reduces stamina cost for dodging. So this is pretty basic stuff in this set of skill trees. But then I've been putting a lot of points into staff stances. So if you come into staff stances, there's a lot of really interesting abilities in here. For example, like Sweeping Gale, or let me go to Resolute Counterflow. So this is basically like a combo that's enabled by unlocking the skill where you use part of the light attack combo and then interject a heavy attack in the middle of it. but you also have to have focus charged up. So I'll show you the focus in a minute. So there's a lot of depth to the combat system, which I think is really cool. And then in addition to each stance, which if you were paying attention to anything about the game before launch, then you might know that there's 3 different stances with the staff. In addition to the 3 stances, there's some extra special abilities on this page that you unlock as well. And then you've got spells, which I haven't even wrapped my head around everything going on in all of these trees yet, but you've got spells over there. So I have the immobilize ability. You get that first. I just unlocked that one with the last boss. And then these are the transformations. So I have the transformation from the trailers where I can turn into like a fiery wolf. That happens pretty early.
Coming for our master.
So you saw, you might have caught that I did like a perfect dodge there. It left kind of a phantom outline of the character behind. You can hold triangle to deflect arrows. But this costs stamina, so you can see the orange bar in the bottom left there is burning down stamina while I do that. You also use stamina to sprint and dodge. And if you catch on fire, you have to roll a couple times to put it out. There's a perfect dodge. Best in the world, good to see you here. Yes, I am keeping busy until the Horizon Online game. That is always what I'm doing. David, what's the plan? Am I going to stream for this till I finish the game or go back to Elden Ring? Yeah, I'm going to see. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I think we'll probably stream this at least one more time this week.
Don't forget the spell you just learned.
So it looks like you can perfect dodge projectiles, which I hadn't done before. I just did that a second ago. There, we did it again. I was wondering about that, so that's kind of cool. Chest down there. Let's go up and take care of this guy first, though.
I see you.
Oh, this is a pretty big guy. So that's a special ability transformation that I got earlier. You change into basically one of the bosses. And then a really common ability you're going to use is immobilize. So that's like this, where you freeze the enemy essentially. And it lasts a lot longer on small mobs like this. But on bosses, it's quite a bit shorter than that. How do we get up there? Up the rocks, maybe? I'm actually not sure. Maybe we're not supposed to kill all these guys? Seems like we can't get over to them. I haven't had a situation like this. Oh, there we go. Just on top of the roof. So you can see that's like the not open world aspect of it. There's definitely invisible walls quite a few places that you have to figure out how to deal with. It's not like super restrictive. This is probably the most restrictive I've seen it, but... we may not be able to get up there to him. That seems strange, though. Let's get the other guy first. So these pills, you'll often find, like, this is actually the first one I found that's not near a boss arena, but they increase like stamina or mana or your maximum health. Yeah, the combat is really good. It's very dynamic, very fluid. Your character is really responsive, although you do the light attack combo is 5 hits long. It looks like a lot more hits, but it's 5 button presses that are needed, and you do get locked into like some of the middle stages of that a little bit. Don't tell me we lost audio again. There we go. Yeah, Voodoo, that's the first enemy I've seen that I am not seeing how to get to, so I'm guessing it's just me. I'm guessing there's a way up there that I'm just not seeing right now. I have not encountered an enemy like this where I can't get to them. Could be I use the pillar stance. So I'm charging up focus in the bottom right there. But we fell because we ran out of stamina. So you can only stay perched on the pole while you have enough stamina. Let's see if we can hit him like this. No. That might be a bug. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get at this guy, honestly. We can just run past him though. Bye, Norma. Thanks for dropping in for a little bit. It's pretty late there.
Master promised to reward whoever kills me.
I'm still figuring out what's destructible. It's pretty cool you can like walk into vegetation like this and it actually collides with you. It looks really good. It's a little bit dark to show you in that corner, but another shrine. A few armor pieces I don't have the parts. I need silk to craft some of this armor. So you can see armor pieces. This is the one I'm trying to unlock right now. I need more silk. They have a defense stat. They also sometimes have resistance stats like burn resistance. So there's poison, fire, frost, which I haven't encountered yet, and I think some type of electric effect as well. But basically all your armor pieces always have a defense stat. And then they also have, sometimes will have special abilities. And the little number next to them there is how many pieces of the armor set you need to have equipped for that ability to be active. So that deals additional damage to the enemy upon crashing their immobilization. You need 2 pieces of this armor set equipped in order for that to work. And then the other one, you need all 4 pieces. So your armor... Let me back out here for a second. Your armor is 4 pieces. A mask, a torso piece, gauntlets, and like leggings, basically. And you can come in here and check it out if you want, which I think is pretty cool. And then the mask or headpiece, there's a setting. You can't see it when I'm in game because I have the show headgear setting off. So that's very similar to Horizon. There's basically just a toggle for that. I tend to like them off. And then, in addition to your armor pieces, your 4 armor pieces, you also have different staves. So there's different staffs that have different abilities as well as different attributes. So like the Bronze Cloud Staff is the default one that had a little bit of a critical hit chance attribute to it. You can see all the details on the right there about like all the different stats, so health, mana, stamina. There's a critical hit chance and damage, so that's what that's referring to. And then the 4 Bane's resistance. So those are what I was mentioning. Chill, burn, poison, and shock. I haven't encountered chill or shock yet. So there's different staffs. I also recently found these vessels. So that's another slot you can fill with things. I only have 1 of them so far. That came actually from like a secret side boss that you had to unlock. And then this is the spirit ability. So I have a few of those. That's when I like turned into that big guy and smashed the head into the ground. That's the spirit ability. There's a couple of those that I have unlocked. And then you have curios, I think these are. Yeah, curios. So you find these. They're kind of given to you when you unlock new shrines randomly. At least that's what it seems like so far. And they'll give you like an extra little ability. So like this agate jar increases defense by a nice little amount. The wind chime increases movement speed, and these beads increase critical hit chance. Those are the 3 that I've got so far. There's also different gourds, I believe, but I haven't found more than 1 yet. This is the default one. Yeah, Monkey, kind of a mix of Elden Ring and God of War is definitely how I would describe it. Or mix of a Souls-like and God of War. Kind of like a God of War world construction and a more simplified gear system, or fewer options, but then some Souls-like elements like we've been showing and talking about. This looks like a boss, guys. So if you don't want to be spoiled, maybe don't watch, but the game is pretty linear, at least so far, so I don't know if there's really anything else I can do besides go in there. So we're gonna do it, but hopefully it's not a big spoiler for anybody. There's a lot of bosses, so.
He once told me, out of sight, out of mind is a fool's task. Seeing but seeing through is what wise men do. But didn't he turn mad by what he saw too?
This is the boss for the region. So there I can freeze him, but it's not going to last very long. Tried this cloud step ability yet. So it leaves a decoy behind, so he's going after the decoy. And then we're supposed to be able to... Okay, you can attack and it does like an extra damage when you come out of it. So there I transformed into the fiery wolf guy. This is the red spell. out of mana. Brutal. Like a hairy fireclaw. That's right. I guess you'd call that a bear. That's pretty cool though, right? I think it's pretty cool. That's actually... This seems like a little bit easier, unless he has a second stage, than some of the other bosses that I've come across so far. There were a couple that gave me a little bit of trouble. That's that resolute counter strike that I'm doing. So I'm doing a few light attacks. I don't know how much I can talk about this, but the focus dots in the bottom right gauge are what get consumed when you use heavy attacks.
Take it from me.
Amy, good to see you here. Coming to check out Black Myth Wukong. Monkey, would I say this is easier than Elden Ring or a lot easier than Elden Ring? I would say it's easier than Elden Ring. I don't know if it's like super easy. It's definitely easier than Elden Ring, though. It's not a Souls-like in that way, where it's just like kind of brutal.
from me.
Yeah, no one's keeping a death count because Norma went to bed. Daver, it's late for you too, yeah. Let's see if we can get it on this one. Daver's got the death count. They have to be like right up on you.
No right to take it from me.
You wish the impact sounds had more weight to them, Twinge? Yeah, it is a little bit like bing, 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 bing. A little bit. I haven't really been bothered by it, but I know what you mean. Charging my staff more. So you trade stamina to charge focus on the right. But if you get interrupted, like if you dodge, you lose it. Back into a bear, please. Finally got him.
Cunning wretch! Well, spare your sorry life for today! Fortune is no longer on your side! No one will come to your aid. All I need is to take it elsewhere and rebuild everything anew!
Dramatic. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Great! The sage! Oh, pardon me, young sage! Mercy, young sage, have mercy! I was just a pawn of the Celestial Court. If given a choice, who dared to challenge the mighty wrecker of the Celestial Palace?
His words ring true. No matter how daring he was, he had not the nerve to harm the great sage. There must be someone else pulling all the strings.
Exactly, and this thing is eerie. I have no idea how to make use of its power. Except to enshrine it up there, tricking lesser Yaoguais into offerings. If you pardon me, I'll go back to Guanyin to atone for my actions and be put back on the engaging band. You will never see me out there anymore.
Oh, ignore his nonsense. Go now, little monkey. Go and retrieve the great sage's relic.
Slap the evil out of him. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what I mean about the mouth animations don't really go with the English voice acting very well. I think the voice acting itself is okay, but the writing could have been better, the writing of the dialogue. What is this now? I haven't gotten a cutscene like this yet.
百卷情，千般缘，色与空，弹指间，轮回路，有万次劫，求不得，闭上眼，一生功名忙如烟，浮沉落花断不绝。涅槃究竟寻常事，有情处不远。
Yeah, that felt a little bit weirdly interjected, but it probably has something to do with the original story that I don't know.
现世报却方便，修行路
A little anime seasoning, that's right.
幡动时莫等闲，一生功名情如烟，最
still going, man. This is a long animated cutscene. Wow. And we're still going. Maybe? Yes.
Master, it still puzzles me. A monk's lust for gold should be quelled. Why does Elder Jinche still cling to that one Kasaya?
Bereft of that Kasaya, how shall they show the world their ties are cut and their lust is quelled?
Yeah, I'm guessing that was some kind of like excerpt homage to the original novel that I just am not aware
Across streams, over hills, and through the black wind, your blood has
of.
spilled.
I keep thinking it's done and
Wolves
it's not done.
howl, snakes wind, flames lick, and the smoke blinds. Stumble on the lesser, lame, crash before their betters, shame. With such clumsiness, what destiny do you claim? As the small fish catches its prey, the bigger lurks behind. Who is the bigger fish? I can't see it. As for the prey and the small fish, they are swimming everywhere.
New relic. Okay. Level up. So will is your XP in the game, and you collect it kind of like souls in a Souls game. You pretty much exactly. Like, you break pots and you beat enemies, and you mostly get it from beating enemies. Whoa. Flame, ebon gold, yarn, silk. Oh, nice. We needed some silk. I have tons of yarn, I think. Mind core. Yeah, so I have not seen a cutscene like that before. I guess that's the end of chapter 1, because we've got a next chapter prompt. We can zoom in on the tapestry here. That's kind of neat.
In his last life, the monk was Jinchen, the second disciple to Buddha in the West. Yet his arrogance led him to disregard the Dharma teachings, and as a result, the Buddha cast him down to the mortal realm. He was destined to face 81 trials throughout his journey. The fire for that Kasaya was merely the 11th.
Okay. Next chapter. Yeah, the storytelling's kind of obtuse, Twinge, and this is the most like exposition I've seen so far. So, Voodoo, are there merchants? There's a couple people I've run into where you can buy potions and things like that, but most of you can buy stuff when you're at the shrines. There's like a store at the shrine, or some of them. I guess I'm not sure if all of them have it. We're loading. We're loading. We're loading. Yellow sand. Oh, I think this is the desert region we're going to. So we've been streaming about an hour. Does anyone want to switch to PS5 at this point?
曾是怪为富饶的，一朝舒缓贫困期，午夜朝夕渺攘起。无父无君无法纪，为非作歹有天地。
You gotta go dad, Twinge. Dude, where's this guy's head? Oh, this was in a trailer, I think.
酒气。哪知不测其祸，其旦夕，那荒漠孽畜再回击。平凡不是好得意，复兴后世却成谜。
Ooh, what happened? Why are we full of arrows, man? And this guy's just jamming. Where's the sound coming out of when he's singing?
I reckon I got an idea why you've come here, my friend.
What is he having? Is that a Scottish or an Irish accent?
Haste makes waste. I'll lend you a hand.
Voodoo. You got a thing on your
Watch your
chest. That's-
step in. Get more shots and you'll be high and dry.
Yeah. Fontlay. I feel like there's a lot, if you had read the novel, that you'd understand, especially with like that last cutscene and things like that. Where's this guy? He's just in the ether now. Unleash. What is going on? Whoa. We're gonna have to go take care of those guys. Oh, here's a very good example of the caustics. Check that out. Those little light ripples on the bottom. Those are called caustics. That's the benefit of really good ray tracing and stuff. That looks pretty amazing. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go get these archers. Yeah, I haven't figured out the correct way to break shields yet, but I'm sure there is a way because I've done it by mistake. I don't know if that's the most efficient way to do it. I have to do a charged heavy attack. Trouble hearing what I'm saying? Do I need to turn up my mic a little bit? How about now? If you can get to them, Voodoo. We could get to these guys. Oh, what's this, like, obelisk now? I haven't seen one of these. It's like a horse chalice? Lamb brew. Oh, we have a staff upgrade. You got to check your inventory quite a bit, I've learned. Because it doesn't really notify you that you've got new stuff. So we can't afford to do that, it looks like. But there's another staff on lock. Oh, this is the relic? The bird is the relic? Okay. Where's that thing we just picked up? Here it is. Each sip instantly recovers 20% of maximum health. For a brief moment after, slowly recovers 25% of maximum health. Oh, okay. So you have different drinks you can put in the healing gourd, is what I'm gathering. This is the first one besides the default one that I've found. So the default one just gives you 33% of max health. I think we need to go to a shrine to equip that. I think we'll play a little bit more here on PC, and then we'll go to PS5, which is going to bring us back quite a bit earlier in the game because I'm only about an hour and a half in on the PS5. Ooh, I think enemies in this region are going to have a lot more health because I've beat a lot of these frogs before. Oh, maybe not. That was weird. So you see the poison status on the right there? There's like a gauge partway up the screen. When those frogs explode, they have like a poison cloud around them. I don't know why that first frog took so many more hits. I thought maybe that was kind of an indicator that this was a tougher region. It probably is a tougher region. There's a lot of enemy variety. Like I said, I was worried that there wasn't going to be much to do between bosses, but there's a lot of different enemies. Whoa. Well, that took care of him. So, immobilize, you can see there it's recharging. It just recharges over time. So you can't, it's pretty well balanced. I thought maybe the immobilize ability was going to be kind of OP, right? Because like you can just freeze an enemy and then beat them up. But the recharge is slow enough that it's pretty well balanced, even when you're dealing with small enemies, because you can get one like I just did, but if you have a group, then you're going to have to deal with the other ones without it. And then with bosses, it doesn't last nearly as long as it just did on that little guy. So, oh, this golden thread means that there's a shrine nearby. There it is.
We rise again. Your meddling ends in death. You dishonor.
Monkey, you started watching me when I just hit 10K, and you thought I had 1 million subs. Thank you, man. I didn't realize you've been around that long. It's good to see you in the chat here. Oh, so it looks like we have a new armor. Possibly. So far, like, it seems like as I get further and further to shrines, it just keeps unlocking better and better armors. So you can see the defense on this one's even higher than the last one, which I didn't even get to craft. But let's see what the ability is. In Cloud Step, Shrouding Black Wind will attack enemies nearby the Destined One. The Destined One is you. That's the main character. And the decoy continuously. Okay. And you need all 3 of them equipped. So I'm gonna go for the other one instead, actually, because I like deals additional damage to the enemy upon crashing their immobilization. So that's when you freeze them with immobilization and then you hit them, and then eventually they break out of it because you're hitting them. Dealing additional damage on that hit would be pretty useful because you're going to use immobilize a lot, I think. And then if you have all 4 of those pieces equipped, you get a massive recharge to the cooldown on Immobilize. So I feel like that's really good armor. Let's see if we can get all the pieces. Oh, we need one more piece of silk. All right, well, we just have to find one more piece. SW Worko, do I think the game is hard? It's not as hard as Elden Ring. It's not super difficult. I actually thought it was going to be a little bit more difficult. And I think I hope it's going to get more difficult, like with more challenging bosses. I think it will. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not hard. But it's fun either way, because you have a lot of options in combat. So can I break the shield with just one charge, maybe? Whoa. We got roasted there. Yeah, the opening scene's pretty cool, Davor. I don't want to spoil that for anyone by showing it, which we won't, because I'm past it in the PS5 save too, but it is pretty cool. Back where he started, full of arrows, that's right. See if it breaks with 2 charges, maybe. Let's get under here. So what do we do about these guys? I saw in a trailer there's some way you can throw the staff, which I don't think I've unlocked yet. No, it's fine, Davor. We're not. It's not like we're showing it. I was just saying I don't want to show it. Do I have a ranged weapon, Gordo? Not that I've found yet. I think the staff is your only weapon, really. Seems like we have to deal with these guys somehow, though. To knock this structure down or something? Sure seems like we need to get on that roof. Set it on fire? Maybe. I'd be surprised. The only access to fire I have is the special transformation. I'd be surprised if you have to use that just to do some environmental puzzle, but maybe. Yeah, I'm using a controller. I should have mentioned that earlier. I'm playing with a controller on the PC right now. It even says when you start up the game, it's like, you should use a controller for this game. So, let's go down here. Maybe we need to find something before we can get past there. So here's a will wisp or spirit. I think they're called spirits. They give you some will. If your gourd is low on charges, so I'll drink a charge there. You can see that the charge actually, or the level actually goes down in the gourd. I'll drink another one. If I absorb this, it'll actually give me a charge back in the gourd, which is nice. But only after you meet an NPC. You have to meet this specific NPC early on, which it's kind of impossible to miss him, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Can't go up there. Oh, sometimes resources will turn into enemies like that. Or they end up being enemies, I should say. Mushroom Man. Mushroom Man hits kind of hard. And he's poisoning me. So I'm charging that by holding the heavy attack. As you can see, the focus builds up in the bottom right, and it gives 3 charges. So there's like 3 levels to the attack. Toadstool Man, that's right. Cyber, does Horizon Forbidden West play better on a controller too? Yeah, totally. I think so. It's just designed around a controller, you know, because it's a PS5 exclusive. I would definitely, if you're going to have a controller to play with, I think a DualSense is a really good one to have. These guys are obnoxious. Where'd you come from? Oh, they respawned, I think. I haven't gone down here yet. Another spirit. Oh, this is an NPC.
You come at a good moment. One of my formulas was swallowed by a petty frog. Stay and help. A deity like myself will not short you.
I should probably turn subtitles on for you guys, huh? A little bit hard to hear what they're saying sometimes. There we go. Oh, big frog. I should probably rest first. See if we can maybe find another shrine to rest at. Or I'll go back to the other one. Oh, this looks like it's maybe the way up to those guys.
Guard the gate and check every house. There's a bounty for that.
Only I can defend
Oh, there's a lot of enemies over here. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that's the shock or the lightning or electric damage. Just building up on us a little bit there. Two rat heads on this guy. Whoa. He's not messing around. So you see I kind of overcommitted to charging it there because I had to dodge and then I lost it.
Come our way. Surely you will pay.
Yeah, the enemies are pretty interesting, Daver, I would say. And I'm really happy there's so many, like there's such a good variety of regular enemies to fight. Because I was really scared it was just going to be like running. So scared. I was just like running between boss arenas, you know. Yeah, I should have just went back to the shrine. Let's go for the frog. Oh, frame drop there. He's an electric frog. We're currently shocked. I don't know how to get rid of it. I think you need a potion, probably. Oh, he's beating us up pretty good. That's cool. That's the first, this is the first area I'm seeing the shock effect. Thunder. There it is, right on the tip there. I like how he like belly bumps you. You know, I do have armor. Let me look here. I have armor that gives a bonus when we're in the water. Massively reduced stamina cost when in water. And then when health is low, you slowly recover a small amount. But if you're in water, the effect is enhanced. Let's go with this stuff. Wait a second. So this is going to let me heal more and faster if I'm low on health. Okay. Yeah, you can come back to the bosses. Like, if we can't beat this guy right now, we could go do something else. Oh, he's got an attack from the back. Whoa. Made a thunderstorm there. Raindrops. There's the belly buster. He's crazy, man. Oh, oh. He's eating us. Okay, let's go. Oh no! Don't eat us like that, please. We got him now. Evil repelling medicament. Oh, we got some silk. Nice. Another really good water example here. What was that? Holy sh... Look at this tornado. What on earth? That's so dope. Where's this tornado coming from? Dude. Is that the direction we came from? Was that always there? Is the game harder than Elden Ring, Gabriel? No. It's easier than Elden Ring. It's fun though. Like I wouldn't say because it's easier that it's easy, you know? I'm not sure if that's what you're wondering, but brew. Yeah, okay, so you have different drinks. Okay, so yeah, at the shrine we can switch. So each sip recovers 20% max health, and then also recovers 25%. So a total of 50. I mean, that seems better, right? I'm going to go with that. We'll try that out. And then along with what you put in the gourd as your drink, you can also put a soak in there. So it's like an additional thing to your drink. So right now, which one was I think I was using this one. Using the gourd moderately increases poison resistance for a short duration. Using the gourd moderately increases damage reduction. That sounds better. That's the one we just got. Let's use that. And then I wanted to see if we could get the new armor piece. Yes. Okay, so I want the full set of the bronze armor. Because now, when I break immobilization by hitting an enemy, it will reduce the cooldown of the immobilize spell. Now immobilize might start to seem cheap. Oh, now what's this? We didn't do this before. So we got this relic for beating the boss of the last region. A talent. So we get to unlock a talent here. Considerable increased focus gain upon consecutive successful light attack hits. That sounds good. Unveiling strike cooldown is mass. That's pretty specific. Considerably increased critical hit damage. Well, I don't have very good critical hit chance right now. So I think I'm going to go Opportune Watcher. Nice. I want to make a note of that. Just mention that in the video. Hang on a second. Because I didn't even see that. Use relics after completing regional boss. Gabriel, how are the graphics? You've seen a few people saying it looks terrible on PS5. Is it true? We're going to switch to PS5 in just a second here. So we'll take a look. It does look worse on PS5. There's no doubt. Well, depending on what your PC specs are. But this is like, basically, we're looking at it being played on the best hardware you could play it on, because I'm running it on a 4090 and a 7800 X3D right now on a PC. It doesn't look bad on PS5. Like, I was playing for an hour and a half. I got used to how it looked. I think at 1440p or a 10 or like on a 1440p or a 1080p screen, it would look even better. Because it's actually, you know, it's not going to hit 4K. And when it's lower resolution on a higher resolution display, it looks a little bit funny. Well, we've been going an hour and a half. Why don't I just switch to the PS5 version now? I'm not really sure how to get past these guys on the roof. So let's play PS5 version for a little bit. I'm just going to go rest so it saves. That's also very Souls-like. You can't just make manual saves or anything like that, which is really annoying as a content creator because I'd love to be able to go back to certain points. But you just rest and then... I mean, you can really do it anywhere. You can just leave the game wherever you want. Let's go quit game, and we're just going to quit the desktop, and I have to get up here and switch over to the PS5. So 1 second. Gabriel, you want to be Monka so bad. Monkey? Dragon Age. Be interesting to see if that's good. Daver, actually I got a new chair. Good point. This is a brand new chair. It's actually like a higher end office chair that's way more comfortable than my gaming chair was. So I'm really liking it. Continue. So we're going to be much earlier in the game now. Back basically right after the opening cutscene and kind of in the tutorialized region. So you guys tell me if it looks really different to you on stream. I'm guessing it's not going to be as dramatic of a difference as what I see on screen. So I'm on performance mode because I personally think it looks really, I'll put it up on quality. There is a balanced mode as well, which is nice to have. I think that probably targets 40 FPS. Quality probably targets 30 FPS. And it does look better. So we can look at what quality mode looks like here. But personally, the lower frame rate blur is like, in any game, it's not just this game, but the amount of blur you get with this lower frame rate is like kind of, it's really distracting to me. So I don't play on quality mode. We can check out balanced real quick. It kind of looks pretty similar to quality mode in terms of the blur. I honestly think in quality, yeah, I think the FPS drops below 30, to be perfectly honest with you. But in performance mode, it holds what to me feels like pretty close to 60 all the time. So to my eyes right now, this is pretty jarring coming from what we were playing on, but I don't think it looks bad. I would love it to look better, and I bet you with some patches over time it will. But I think it's playable. I mean, I've only played an hour and a half this way so far. So I don't know if there's any like serious stuttering that happens. I didn't notice any. But you can see it's a much softer image. I don't know if that's really coming through on stream as much as it is here on my screen, but it's definitely a softer image. The hair like on the character is obviously much less textured, not as much detail there. I don't think it looks bad though. And when you're playing and you're not just like trying to pixel peep things, like it runs smooth and the gameplay's good. I don't think it's a difference from the PC, but I think it's totally playable. So this is a different staff than what we were using. This is an earlier staff that actually it's glowing because I'll show you when you sprint. Where is it? Maybe it's a different piece of equipment. There's something that causes like when you're sprinting for it to charge up. I'm not sure where it says it. So here's a new enemy type. I'll show you something. This is kind of neat. We need to find one of them. Here, so there's like these dead skeletons that come back to life. They're pretty weak, but I thought that was pretty cool. Gabriel, at least it's not as bad as Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4. And you beat it like that. That's like that should be an extra achievement. I think they should give you a second platinum trophy for that. It was pretty rough. Unleash, it's interesting because you feel like there's more issues on PC when it's multi-platform. Yeah, this was a really weird game launch. The developers, you guys probably know it's a Chinese developer, Game Science. This is their first AAA console game, which is super impressive. They started, I think the guys that started the studio worked together at Tencent or somewhere else making mobile games first, it sounded like. And then they founded their own studio to make... They had made another game that was like a mobile game before this. But this was their first like AAA console title. And it's really weird because like Joraptor and Craze Gaming, I don't know if you probably know who Joraptor is. I don't know if you know who Craze is, but he's a pretty big YouTuber as well. Like 500,000 subs I think he's at. Both of them managed to get early access somehow, and I was in contact with the developers as well to try to get early access, and they had said at first that they were going to do it. And then they were like, okay, we're only going to send you a PC key though, even though we were talking about a PS5 one originally. So they like walked back the PS5 thing. And then like a week before right now, like a week before launch, oh, this is... Let me not go in there yet. I think it's a boss. Like a week ago, they just walked it all back and were like, we're not going to send you an early access at all. But we'll send you a key on launch day, which is what they did. But Joraptor and Kraz were able to get early access. I don't know. They were very inconsistent. The fact that they sent PC keys out for review and not console keys is really strange. Usually it's the other way around.
This humble one's name is Guangmo. Should my demise come by your hands,
Monkey, you just joined the
pass
Discord?
this message to my master.
Cool,
Searching
man.
for deity,
It'll be good to see you over there.
mortals do aspire. Craving immortality, Yao Guais surely will conspire.
Oh, I had the frog spirit attack equipped on this one. I forgot.
Fitting end.
So with that fire ability, I noticed you get a different special attack depending on if you dodge backwards or forwards or to the side.
Just like him.
Wenmo,
Troubleshooter, good to see you here, man.
Wenju,
You had surgery last week, so you can't
remember
game?
now.
Oh, man.
Evil monks abetted
I'm glad to see you on
Elder
stream
Teacher
here.
to burn the great sage and tongue monk.
I hope the surgery was okay.
That's these two.
Hope you're recovering okay.
Turned into ashes by that fire. Who would have thought they had turned into Yaoguais?
Yeah, Gabriel, I think my guess with the PS5 thing, them not sending review codes for that, is they knew it was significantly like a step down from the PC version. And they didn't want people to be like, don't buy the PS5 version, like IGN and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I think it's totally fine, though. Maybe not totally. You know, we're only like 2 hours into it here, but... So maybe there's some huge bug I haven't run into yet, but... Recovery's tough, Troubleshooter? Sorry to hear that, man.
After the bell rang, it seems as
I
though
hope
the
it gets
resentment in the
easier.
depths of the mountain has grown. Ah, forget it. Overthinking won't help. Your presence has already made a mess in the mountain. Why not go ahead? Take them out, once and for all.
Red Aurora, you're new to PlayStation gaming, got hooked on Horizon, and been watching my videos. Glad to finally catch me live. Glad to finally see you here live. Welcome. If you're not on the Discord server, and this goes for everybody, but the Discord server link is in the description, and the bot should have been saying it in stream here. You're all welcome to come hang out on Discord. Try this one out. So the charge for these spirit abilities, there's a gauge down there next to the focus gauge in the bottom right. You can see the L2, R2 to trigger it. From what I've been able to tell so far, that just builds up based on hitting enemies. So you have to hit a lot of them to build it up all the way before you can use it. Join us, Daver. Yep. Darth, do I think PS Showcase at September? Yes, I think so. I definitely think so. And I think we're going to see the Horizon Online project. I don't have any insider information. I just think it's time. I just posted a video on it this morning, actually, about why I think it's time and everything we know about it. I think PS5 Pro reveal, Showcase, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Horizon Online, a bunch of other stuff. Probably not everything that's in the works, because I'm sure a lot of it's like 2026 and they want to save it for another event, but I think it's time for a blowout showcase. You saw Horizon in my eyes, Daver. Oh, actually, we're coming up to a pretty tough boss here.
These snake guys are nothing to fear. Snake gall steeped in drink, though, makes a fine tonic to flush malady. Here, here, young friend. Be my guest inside.
This is one of the NPCs you can buy stuff from. Monkey, would I choose... You mean if I could only play Horizon or anything but Horizon?
Well, well. I'd stake you're one more monkey from Mount Wagwag. I've met many of you. By rank of birth, you all ought to call me forefather.
So this guy lets you upgrade your gourd to have more charges. So basically more health charges. And that vine we picked up earlier, like just a minute ago, that weird thing like on the... Like, whoop, my PS5 is too hot. What? I've never seen that before. Better turn the air conditioner on. It's not that hot in here though. can't upgrade that.
Remember, young friend, a sip makes one tipsy, many sips make you hammered.
When was the last time I cleaned it? Never. It doesn't really have a lot of dust in it, though, I don't think. I don't know if I want to show you guys this boss. This is kind of a... I mean, we saw the end of this region one already, but... this one's kind of cool. I don't necessarily want to spoil it for you. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot after it. Yeah, maybe the game is just that demanding that it causes the PS5 to overheat. That's crazy. I don't know that for sure, but I have never seen that before. I didn't see it for the hour and a half that I was playing before right now, though, on the PS5, so not sure. Okay, yeah, there's nothing else down here. Yeah, it's not really closed off. It's just standing on the stand with open air all around it. I'm pretty conscious of that sort of stuff. Let's rest. PlayStation's on fire, Voodoo. Could fix that with the PS5 Pro, that's right. You had a lot of dust in yours, Daver? Yeah, maybe I should crack it open and see. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're only in the beginning region anyway, so... and you can, you know, we are less than 2 hours into this playthrough on this PlayStation, so you're gonna get to this boss pretty quick. What are my,
Hailed bird, what dimmed your shine? Past's grip beyond our grasp, the future we may still clasp. Late is the hour,
this guy's cool.
young one,
He's pretty tough, though.
in which you choose to stain my tranquil abode. Pray tell, to what end do you seek? Bane and glory.
Oh, man.
Denying faith needs. Gentle, yet it engulfs the power of water. Can you feel
Oh, I'm not doing so good. Not doing so good.
a ripple awakens, not without You have forced my hand. Now you shall face what I truly am.
There are some missable bosses here. I just got the immobilize back too. Yeah, the water definitely does look a lot better on PC. Because you don't have any ray tracing going on here, and I have all the ray tracing on PC, but even with the ray tracing off, it looks better on PC. Leonardo. If you have a higher end PC, I would say it makes a noticeable difference. Like, I would say if you have like a high-end 30 series card, like a 3080 or a 3090, or like a 4070 or higher in the 40 series, then you're going to notice a pretty substantial difference over this, especially if you're trying to play at 4K. But if you have like a mid-range card or lower in your PC, then I don't think it's going to be a hugely noticeable difference over PlayStation. Cycron, am I going to do like a review or first impressions video? No. Those never seem to do well on my channel, so I'm just going to go straight to the tips. This stream is kind of my review / first impressions.
guide you far, imposter.
Yeah, we need to do a better job dodging. Just the 2 phases. That's his second phase, and then he's done. Do I have a whole bunch of skill points I'm not using right now. So you saw this just unlocked because we have 10 points invested here. We now have 3 focus points, which is a big deal, instead of just 2. Let's go like that for now. Yeah, maybe health. If I can't get it, we can try that, but I beat him the first time with a pretty similar set of skills, although I had a lot more points because I had been playing slower. So we're going into this maybe a little bit weaker than I'd like. That was not a good attempt. Yeah, you can reset all your skills, so you can just respec whenever you want. Not a good attempt. Streambot says I'm playing Elden Ring. I forgot to change it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Does this look significantly different to you? This is the PS5 version versus what we were looking at on PC? That spirit ability is kind of cool because he's poisoned now. Monkey, welcome back. Not a significant difference to you, Daver?
You have forced my hand.
You can skip this
Now you
cutscene.
shall fade.
Get up.
Courage alone.
I was overcommitting to charging focus there for sure.
Imposter.
Not a significant difference in the stream, you think? Unleash? Yeah. It's kind of tough because everything's compressed, you know. It probably makes the difference look a little bit less, but I think it's playable on PS5, clearly. Unless it overheats it, like that was, if that was the game, I'm not sure.
A ripple.
Wow. What GPU do you have, Unleash, on your PC? I forget. So the charging the focus attacks does a lot of damage and staggers them. But you can see how like they kind of time all the enemy attacks to where it's hard to pull that off for more than one charge. And the single charge attacks aren't very strong, so you want to go for 2 or 3. You get locked into that, unfortunately. 6800 XT. Yeah, I think you're probably better off on your PC than the PlayStation.
You have forced my hand. Now you shall face what I truly am.
See if we can poison him.
Denying means.
No. Dang it. I was closer. This one has been the toughest one, I think, in my opinion, so far. Like, I think this guy's a little bit tougher than the bear, actually. And he comes before the bear. I know we're playing him after the bear, but we're earlier in the playthrough on the PS5. What level are we here? I'm going to use this other potion, I think, this time. Yeah, maybe points to health, Daver. Oh, when he does that like super fast slicing, you just get locked into it if you get hit. Like you just can jam dodge and you can't get out of it. It's kind of annoying. Leonard, Souls-like meets God of War. Yeah, I think that is the best way to describe it. But it's got its own flavor too, you know, because it's from a Chinese developer and the kind of lore and setting and story is from a Chinese novel. But in terms of like gameplay and mechanics and world construction and all that, yeah, it's like a hybrid between a Souls-like and God of War. That's probably the best way to describe it.
tranquil awakenings, not without reflect upon it.
Oh, come on, he interrupted me on that one? Really?
Denying fate means gentle, yet it engulfs the power of water. Can you feel it?
We're not going into the second phase with much to work with.
You have forced my hand.
And now we have even less to it. And we're dead.
Courage alone.
Yeah, I might have to put a point or two into health.
Stir.
He's quick. He doesn't really give you too much of an opportunity to get in there and hit him, which is important because, I mean, obviously you got to hit him, but you got to build up focus. That's really kind of part of this combat loop, is building up focus and then using the focus abilities. So like what I'm trying to do, because it's really strong, is use this, what's it called? Resolute strike. So you do a couple hits with the light attack and then you hit the heavy, but you have to have a focus point charged. And then the character like flips and whacks the spear down like that, or the staff down. And then with the second Skyfall strike, you can follow up with another, but you need 2 focus points loaded up to be able to do that. Let's go here. Let's take those 2. Couple points in health. What does Aloy have in her ear? The focus. See, he interrupted the spirit ability and now we can't use it. So your specials can get interrupted, which you gotta be conscious of. See, we don't have the third focus. Well, we only need 2, really. I wish that had a little bit more reach to it.
Not without a stir. Reflect upon it. That's
just wasted an immobilize too. Fortunately, it only burns the charge and not the mana points, which is good. There's the Skyfall strike or whatever it's called. Let's see if we can get it.
You have forced my hand. Now you shall face what I truly am. Denying means death.
There we go. Finally.
Halt! No ill will I bear. I'm merely my brother's eyes and ears. I feign my loyalty to guard this path on the bear's order. Your destiny's bleak and stark. In its grip, we share the mark. The Guanyin temple now lies in cinders, yet the elder soul endures. The root of greed ever fosters the stem of suffering. Better to forget the thing you truly seek. The three bells. Have you seen them all? Do you too desire that which they ceaselessly hold dear?
Hi, Kick. I don't know if you're still here, but I think I missed it earlier. Resubbing on Twitch. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. 5 months. I don't want to spoil this for you guys, so I'm not gonna. I forget if I have them all already, but I'm not gonna interact with that object. That's kind of that's a pretty cool thing. I don't want to spoil. Is the stream freaking out? Come on, stream. You can do it. There we go. Maybe? Yes, no? Seems good now. Well, I think that's actually a pretty good place for us to call it anyway, guys. Hopefully I've given you a pretty good taste of what the PS5 gameplay looks like and what the PC gameplay looks like. Again, this is all pretty early games, so if you're going to get into it, we probably haven't really spoiled much at all. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick stream. Whoop, I almost just disconnected my mic there. Wanted to do a quick stream, give you guys a chance to check out both versions. And I will hang out for a minute here if you have questions or anything like that, but I've got to get working on videos for the game. Get them out as quick as I can. I don't know why the music's not playing. Doesn't matter. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the midweek stream last minute. Appreciate you guys showing up. And I will see a bunch of you on Discord. If you pick up the game, I hope you enjoy it. I'm happy to answer more questions about it here for a minute, or if you come join the Discord server, the link's in the description. As always, you can come ask us about it there. I think there's at least a few other people on the server who are playing it right now, and I'm sure there's more who will play it over the next few days. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Overall, I think if you have a higher end PC, that's the way to go, clearly. But I wouldn't really agree with what people are saying about like the PS5 version is unplayable unless there's some major bug 10 hours in or something that I haven't gotten to yet. It seems fine, you know. It's a little bit softer of an image because you're running on the PS5 instead of a high-end PC compared to what we were looking at the beginning of the stream, but I think it plays well. I think the game's fun, and I hope you guys have fun with it if you pick it up. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys coming to the stream, checking it out. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. We'll do another stream on like Friday or Saturday, probably for sure. I'll send out notifications like I normally do. And I will see you guys then. Take care, guys.